Today, mankind is facing a difficulty, which is COVID-19 or coronavirus. But the bigger problem than the coronavirus is the fear this virus has generated in the hearts of the people. Chances of getting infected is high, but chances of dying because of it is still very low. And yet fear of the virus has infected all of us. So is it the death or the quarantine which is bothering us? We know the precautions to take, and all of us are doing the best we can. But along with the precautions, what has become even more crucial today is to deal with our fears, to control the obsessive compulsive thinking disorder of the mind, to check the frightened voice in the hand. The objects of fear are many, but the pattern of the fear remains the same. Mind is the most sophisticated and smartest entity. Mind is though highly intelligent, but has certain systems of functioning. It just reciprocates what we feed it. When our senses will stop sending threat and danger signals, the mind will also stop generating fear. So how do we do it? Consider this virus phase as an opportunity to read self, to contemplate on self, to study the mind, because in normal circumstances, we don't really care about this. In the core of every dangerous or unfavorable situation, the seed of transformation, opportunity, and progress is hidden. We must now use this opportunity and overcome the fear, so that not just now, but in the future also, we do not allow mind and the thoughts to torment us anymore. Recall the story of Sugreev and Bali from Ramayana. Bali had ousted Sugreev from the kingdom, abducted his wife, and was looking for the opportune moment to kill him. Sugreev knew the power and might of Bali, and so out of fear he escaped and hid in the mountains. Sugreev was scared to death. Every passing moment was a suffering for him. He didn't have the courage to face Bali, but he couldn't just run away from the situation, because his wife was in Bali's captivity. His every moment and every day was extremely torturous, and he didn't know what to do. Consider the present condition of people as Sugreev, and consider the fear in people as Bali. We are so scared of the virus threat and of the situation that, like Sugreev, we are feeling handicapped and helpless. When Lord Ram promised to help Sugreev, he didn't just go and kill Bali, though he could have done that easily. Rather, he asked Sugreev to challenge Bali. He asked Sugreev to face Bali, to face his fear, to face his death, and that too not once but twice. In both the fights, the fear, that is Bali, thrashed the mankind, that is Sugreev, mercilessly. The first time Sugreev ran away like a coward, but the next time, no matter how brutally he was beaten, but he held his ground and fought back to his best. God Ram then intervened and killed Bali, and Sugreev got freed from the fear forever. Agreed that Sugreev's victory was because of Lord Ram, but this incident made Sugreev come face to face with fear, which he had so far feared to face. No matter what, when one decides that he has no other option and he cannot give up, that it's now or never, then being learns to have faith in the infinite power of God, that is Lord Ram, and the being realizes his true strength, which otherwise would have never been discovered. That day Sugreev transformed, and from that day till the end, Sugreev played like a heroic warrior. But most importantly, he learned to deal with his fears. Sugreev also realized the power of faith. His transformation not just benefited him, but inspired his army, which though being much lesser in number and weaker in strength, to fearlessly confronted the huge, ferocious and brutal army of Ravan. Agreed that Sugreev and his army were led by Lord Ram, so their victory was assured. But what truly worked for them, what truly they learned, was faith. If the being doesn't have faith, even God cannot help him. Now today, it is our chance to rise, learn and transform. What is fear? Fear is not real. physical, it's not tangible. Fear is just a thought. Nothing more, nothing less. And thought is a movement, like a pulse. It emerges, rises, then falls, and then disappears. And again the cycle repeats, and another thought movement occurs. But then thought is energy. It has the power to manifest itself. That means your constant thinking of a fearful situation can make it happen, which otherwise would not have happened. So thoughts cannot be taken lightly. It is difficult to control bad thoughts or stop them from emerging. But it is a lot simpler to be just aware of the thoughts. The problem is not the fear, nor the thoughts. The problem is our absent-mindedness. And when we are unconscious of our thoughts, we live a poorly managed life. We become a prisoner of these continuous movement of thoughts and feel helpless and handicapped. We have learned to identify the enemy outside, like coronavirus, but nobody has taught us to deal with the enemy inside. And lack of knowledge about something is the main reason for fear. So first and foremost, we need to carefully practice observation of our mind and thoughts. Once the mind sees that you are giving a good attention to that particular thought, it will immediately stop that particular thought movement. And to trap you again, the mind will now shoot another type of thought movement. If you get unconscious of it, you lose. If you are able to maintain the focus, the mind loses. Next thing, as said by Goswami Tulsidas ji, is to nurture the faith. Know that Lord Ram, that is the Supreme God, in whichever form or name you like, is always with you. Human being's biggest problem is his doubting nature. From childhood to old age, most of us sincerely practice religion, but what the religion is talking about, what it's saying about faith, we never really accept. Because probably the preachers we are following are themselves not sure about faith. Many of us doubt faith. One thinks that his life is in his hands, his control and his responsibility. But that is a misconception. Life is and will be in the hands of infinite intelligence. You don't want to accept that? Don't. The intelligent doesn't mind this. But then the pain, the unhappiness, suffering and fears are also yours. Your belief or disbelief about something won't change the truth of that thing. We cannot underestimate the infinite intelligence consciousness. The coronavirus appears to be a huge disturbance in the physical world, but is an insignificant movement in the field of consciousness. And all of us are part of that one and same consciousness. Like Sugreev, when we trust in Lord Ram in all, Lord Ram will intervene and destroy the fear. If you depend on yourself, you will lose. But if you depend on your faith, you will surely overcome the fear. And then no virus and no threat can disturb a fearless mind. Jai Shri Ram.